Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
All right, guys, we are back. This is episode 291, the first episode of 2026. This is a very long-awaited episode, as we were supposed to do it right at the end of the year, and then it got postponed a couple of weeks. So sorry about that, but episode 291 on becoming a Guinea Fowl. This is the 2024 Black comedy drama film. Black as in dark comedy. I didn't find this to be necessarily hilarious or even like subtly funny outside of the beginning few minutes of this movie. And then it got super fucking serious the rest of the time. So I don't know why it would be categorized as that. It seems odd to me. The premise here is on an empty road in the middle of the night, Shula stumbles upon the body of her uncle. A funeral proceedings begin around them. She and her cousins bring to light the buried secrets of the middle-class Zambian family. Look, you can watch this on HBO Max or Go or whatever the fuck it's called now, if you're inside the United States. So check that out. Again, on becoming a Guinea Fowl. So, Micah, I will go to you. What did you think of this movie?
This movie's interesting. It's a short movie, but it doesn't feel short because
no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of nothing going on in the movie. Mm-hmm. And by nothing, I'm not talking about like the important part of the plot. I think it gets better when you the more you sit with the movie. When the central point of the movie is kind of elaborated on,
right?
I think it gets really interesting, and you know, towards the end, I thought the ending was very interesting. It's interesting to see how other cultures deal with things like grief and abuse, and how we are similar but different but similar, right? And
same but different.
yeah and it's an interesting movie. I'm glad I watched it. I probably won't watch it again. I don't know if I would recommend it to most people. I was describing it to my wife, and she was just like, "Okay, I get it."
Stop talking. It's fine.
Yeah. But you know, just because one, like, there's a lot of meandering, but two, you know, there could be some like triggering things in this movie. So you know, I would be careful who I would recommend this to. But it is a well-made movie. It's not funny. Well, I mean, there were a couple parts where I laughed, right? Like, but the parts that I laughed because like is a culture thing.
Yeah.
And you know, it's the same but different. So
right.
yeah,
look,
it's a decent movie. It's a decent movie.
The world is much smaller than we think it is. So my thoughts are relatively the same, which is there is a lot. The movie has a very heavy and a very important message, which we're kind of beating around the bush in the beginning here, but we'll get to pretty quickly into our review. I think it's shot fine, like competently or whatever. I think I want to say that this is like the director's first film, I believe.
No. This is no. She's
okay.
She has a number of projects under her belt.
Oh, this is her feature film. That's what it was.
Yeah, her second feature, and she's got like a bunch of short films under her belt.
So yeah, look, I like the movie because I like its message and sort of dealing with, hey, you know, the topic at hand is very important, and this is how people deal with it. Yeah, I mean, I think I missed some things just from a cultural perspective. I'm not Zambian, right? Like, so there's just going to be, and last time I checked, I don't think you are either. But yeah, you never know. I mean, actually, we don't
Ethiopian.
I mean,
look at my face. narrow head, thin lips, black. I'm
Yeah.
Ethiopian.
Yeah. Chances are high. Um, so I'm whatever the tribe of like tiny people is, I assume. I don't know. No, but so I think there's probably some cultural things that I definitely have missed, like big swaths of this movie where I'm just like that these kind of things pass by me, but that's with any foreign film, obviously. But ultimately, it gets its message across about dealing with abuse and how that sort of permeates families and things like that, and I think in an effective way. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, it is hard to recommend movies that are about sexual abuse as like, hey, you should really check this out. Like, I mean, yes, but I can understand if you do not want to. So I don't begrudge anybody for trying to like maybe skip this movie or something like that. If you were unaware of what the topic is, it is about sexual abuse. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. But it meanders a lot, and that's again, I think part of it is like culturally, I don't know a lot of these specific, like especially the grieving aspects of it. I'm not aware of them prior to seeing the movie, and it's just there's less. And when we get into the interview or the review, we'll talk about this. There's less of like plot points going on as much as there's just this overarching thing that we can talk about. So I'm not even sure this episode is going to be very long, but it's just kind of what the messaging is. That is kind of why you came to the dance, so to speak. So on Becoming a Guinea Fowl, yeah, it's a good movie. So I would check it out. So the movie opens with Shula driving in her car. She's clearly coming from a party, I assume. She does not dress like this all the time. She's coming to
Apparently it was a Missy Elliott party.
Yeah.
Because like, that's what she fucking looked like.
Solid ass, like 90s into 2000s party.
Yeah.
She's dressed like Missy Elliott. Look, I'm not going to lie. This costume is fucking great. Like, it's fucking perfect. With the trash bag type outfit with the fucking rhinestone shit on. It's just funny. And I love how they don't make a point about it. Like, she just has it on when she's driving home, and then something happens. It's like, that's just what she was wearing. Like, there's just no argument about it at all. So she's driving her car, and she comes upon a body, like, just on the side of the road. And so she stops. She gets out, and she walks over, and it turns out it's her Uncle Fred. And dude is dead. And he dies right outside a brothel. And what makes this scene kind of funny is she gets back in her car because she's like, oh shit, it's my Uncle Fred. She gets back in the car. She calls her father, and her father is like, oh, you gotta stay with the body.
He's like, hey, well, first of all, he's like, Fred can't die. Just sprinkle some water on him. He'll get up. It's like, nah, Dad. He's dead. Like, he's laying there and his eyes are open. And it's like, all right, look, just stay away from the body. Daddy's on his way. By the way, can you give me some money for cab fare?
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, yo. Like, what are we doing?
She's like already immediately annoyed by that, right? And then of course, like he doesn't come. Like he just like I think she calls him back after a while, and he's like, just stay there when the cops get there. Like he's just like, nah, don't worry about it. Like, I'm just clearly does not give a real fuck about Uncle Fred much at all, which is hilarious. So she stays there, locks herself in the car, and her cousin comes up, who is very drunk, Sansa. And she's there, and she's like, "Oh shit!" Like she kind of points out the fact that like, yo, he's dead outside of a brothel. Like, I bet he, basically, got fucked to death. And Sansa is Shula is not really communicative, right? She won't let Sansa into the car. She just has the door locked and just like on the phone. Like she just won't respond. And she's like banging on the glass, talking shit. She's clearly drunk as fuck. Look,
let me tell you something. Let me be crude for a second. I don't know what it is about African women and Caribbean women,
Yeah.
when they start dancing, mm, mm, mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see why they have a bunch of fucking kids, man. Jesus goddamn Christ.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Look, I feel like they close.
Sansa is drunk off her ass and she got a portable speaker and she is just dancing.
Yeah. That feels very familiar down here. I got to tell you. Like, why does everyone like? Y'all have headphones? Like, nah, portable speaker all the time. Like, okay. So look, man, wherever the water or wherever the weather is warm, people just out there having a good time. So eventually she does let her into the car, like reluctantly in the middle of the night. Like, even in mind, it's like 2 a.m. or some shit. And so she's like, all right, let's write we're going to write a report, blah, blah, blah. Again, the cousin she is super fucking drunk. And so she's like, should we cover up the body? The cousin's like, I'll worry about that. Like, I don't give a fuck. Who cares, right? And so they eventually wait. They wait for the cops to come in the morning. And the cops come and like they kind of deal with the body and then she's like, they just kind of drive off. Like, it's a very weird sort of situation because nobody seems particularly concerned that a dead body was laying on the ground for like several hours. Like, to me, I just thought that was fucking odd. This is the part of the movie that's like you can see the dark comedy aspects of it, but like this is where it kind of ends for me.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, I took this on my first time watching. I took this as, I'm sure the cops see this stuff all the time, so of course they're not concerned. And I took Shula's kind of non-response as one foreshadowing that Uncle Fred is a piece of shit, right? Because most people, they see a dead body, they might panic a little bit, but I took her response or lack thereof as one, that Uncle Fred was probably a piece of shit and he probably did something to her, and two, this is just how I would imagine this is how one would feel if their abuser was, taken out without any kind of closure.
Right.
And I'm super interested in the psyche of Shula throughout this whole movie. Because even her family later on is like, you don't look like somebody that just saw a dead body, right?
Right.
And no one thinks to ask why. And I wonder, no one thinks to ask why. Is it because they all know, or is it because they don't care? Or I don't know. That's the interesting part of this movie is, to me, is Shula, is the different family members' reaction to this.
Right. And so, okay. So let's pull the curtain back here, which is like the big reveal, which is Uncle Fred has abused many women in this family. He was just a sexually abusive person, period. Yeah, he probably got fucked to death in a brothel, but he was also like impregnating like an 11 or 12-year-old at one point who he ended up marrying, who gets treated like shit by the family. I'm like, she's a child. He abused in Sansa. We find out later on. He never abused Shula, but certainly Shula had, I guess, at least some inkling that maybe something was going on. And there could perhaps be some other characters who were abused by him as well.
I thought he did. I thought he did, and she just told her dad that he didn't. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it.
Yeah, it's maybe maybe. I mean, like the whole point of the ending is that she's supposed to be leveling a warning toward.
You're no, you're right. You're right. He didn't. But but more people knew about it than and Shula's like, hey, if you knew about it, why didn't you say something?
Right. And like that's the whole point, right? Like
Right.
this idea of knowing abuse is happening inside your family or inside your circle, whatever that looks like. And not making a sort of a clarion call and being like, hey, what the fuck? Like, we got to protect people. We cannot allow this. Hey, that guy runs a weird, creepy hotel and his friend has an island. Maybe we shouldn't just hang out there and not say anything. Nah, never mind. I'll just go back and make my Transformers movies. Like that would be weird. That would be a weird thing for someone to do, or a director to do. What are you doing, Michael? So yeah, he was someone, a victim named him, by the way. If you're wondering, why are we? Yeah, we're not just saying that. Like
Right.
someone said that was abused on that island. So yeah, I mean, so that brings. Look, neither one of us are women, but this doesn't mean that abuse doesn't happen to men as well, right? I mean, what are your thoughts? Let's talk about that, and we'll play this a little bit different, and we'll kind of jump back into the movie, and then talk about this larger topic back and forth. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Like, that can't be an easy thing, especially as a woman, right? And this is ridiculous for us to be saying this, but
yeah, if only we had a woman on the podcast.
I gotta work tonight. I gotta get money.
I'm in traffic.
Yeah, apparently, traffic is more important than abuse. No, I'm kidding. But no, but I guess from our perspective, like what that is like to know that women feel sort of pushed down and kind of trapped in situations, even in their own family, that they can't say anything. Like it's bizarre to me.
I mean, it happens to men also, but very I would at a much lower rate than it happens to women. And
well, as far as we know, right? In fact,
as far as
we know,
right? Like maybe it's somebody just like named Will Smith in an incident. So
not you got to read the details on that. Yeah, he have nothing to do with it. It was like,
well, I apologize to Will Smith. I don't want to throw that out there if he's not if he ain't doing nothing wrong.
Nah, it seems shady as fuck. But anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, I don't I don't know. I don't know what that's like. I can't imagine what that would be like. And everyone, there's a lot of discourse going on about. There's a lot of man versus woman discourse going on for some reason. At least that's what my algorithm is feeding me, and I don't know why, because I'm actively trying to like train it to go to the more positive side, right, instead of the more negative side.
Best of luck.
Yeah, but if I go to the positive side, it's like, oh, you like this person, you like this Australian dude shitting on these shitty guys. Here's shitty guys. Like, what the fuck? Like,
no, the other thing, more red pill shit. Like, fuck.
Like, but there's this man versus woman discourse going on, and how men are trying to like regress women back to the 50s and shit like that.
Before
the 50s. Yeah. And I don't like more like the 20s. And I don't understand it. One, I think a rising tide raises all ships, right? Like, we kind of got to work together, because like I ain't trying to do all the work. I'll do a lot of it, but at least give me the alligator arms. Like, okay.
I'm trying to help. Okay. Help me.
I can't imagine living in a society like that.
No.
And it's weird because I don't want to shit on this culture, especially we're no better, but
No, we're not.
we're not. We're no better. But it just saddens me, man. It saddens me that people have to go through this. It saddens me that you should be able to, at the very least, you should be able to feel like you can talk to somebody.
Right.
And it's just the way it is not an excuse. Not anymore. And I don't know when this movie is supposed to take place. But it came out in 2024. So I'm going to assume it is contemporary and stuff like this happens. And it's just sad to me.
Yeah.
For all of the, all these dudes who are like, oh, well, men have to be the protector and the provider and the women have to cater to my every whim. You guys aren't protecting women, yo. Like, like if that's the weird deal that you want to fucking make, then you got to do your part. Right?
No, but even the deal is manipulative, right?
Right, it is, right. Because they'll be like, well, if someone breaks into your house, you want me to protect you, right? So you have to do the dishes and suck my dick every night. That's the rule. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, seems like a weird trade-off. I mean, if you had game, you wouldn't have to have an ultimatum. It's like, okay, I don't know, maybe treat them nice and maybe they want to anyway. You don't have to be in mortal danger to get a blowjob. It seems odd.
Right. Like, what the fuck?
I'll kill a guy, but just touch it. Please, just touch it. All right, dude, you're being very weird.
Also, how many people are breaking into your house versus how many times you got to wash the fucking dishes, right? Like,
right. This guy's ratio is
there, guys.
Yeah, it's working out well for him. Like, well, nobody came today, but they might come tomorrow. So, get to scrubbing.
Men are not fucking car insurance, guys. Like,
and that's a ripoff to begin with. Okay, right. You should get your money back at the end of the year. It's bullshit. So yeah, I am not a fan of the idea of this weird regression of women. And look, there are many reasons. They're which are the most obvious ones, which is it's 2025. Don't treat people like that. Treat people as equals and shit like that. That is the obvious thing. But I have other reasons too. Do you know how much progress we have made? Women are way more open, way more hey, I'm up for what you're up for. Why are you trying to fuck this up? Do you know how hard we worked in the 90s to get here? We supported Adina Howard's career. We were trying to get that music out there, make a difference. And it did. And y'all want to fuck it up? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not out there. Yeah, you're not fucking this up for them.
Spent the 80s looking at scrambled television, trying to catch a nipple. Yeah. And then all of a sudden having to fucking trying to going through the 90s and trying to hey, women, do your thing. Yes, you want a roughneck nigga that can satisfy you? But he's out
there. It's not me, but he's out there. Right. And then a bunch of fucking incels are like, I think women should wear burqas. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
What are you doing? No.
Shut up. Get some game, you fucking loser. No, this is a skills issue. Look, neither one of us are still out there, but look, our friends still are. And I care about them. Don't do this. Okay? So no, but in all seriousness, I mean, I am serious about that. Let people be people. It's crazy, right? Oh, I can't believe women have OnlyFans. I can't believe you're complaining about this. What the fuck is wrong with you? Who gives a fuck? If I thought people would pay me millions of dollars to look at my dick, I wouldn't be doing this. Okay, they're not. Okay, so good for them. I have zero problem with it. Get your money. I ain't paying for it. That's just it, because I don't pay for porn. That's crazy. But good for them. But my thing is, I don't understand wanting to live in a society. Only the dumbest people want to live in a society where all of the heavy lifting is thrown upon you. I don't understand that. What are you proving? half y'all niggas don't want to go to school anyway, but you're like, well, you know, you need a man who makes $150,000. Nigga, you don't make $50,000. What the fuck are you talking about? Why are you supporting this plan? This is dumb. Like, I want to be able to live this life and blah, blah, blah. You know what I want? I want a partner who, like me and my wife, are a power couple. Ain't no power couples where one person's sitting the fuck at home doing nothing all day on either side. Right. By the way. That's not how it works. So, yeah, I've never understood it. Like, I just fundamentally don't. But all that being said, that leaks into this whole thing, which is sexual abuse being seen as just like, hey, this is just part of it. This is just a part of the deal you made in this sort of patriarchal society, and you just got to deal with it. And the women in this movie, outside of Shula, are just dealing with it. And it's not because they're happy about it. It's not because they think it's okay, but because their society, at least in the movie, I'm not going to speak to Zambian society as a whole. Like, that's not fair. But the society, as it's shown in the film, is to keep your mouth shut and just go along with it because boys will be boys, men will be men sort of logic, right? Which is dangerous, right? Look, I'm sure you don't believe in that bullshit because you have two sons. I have a daughter. I damn sure don't believe in it. Because like that boys will be boy shit, that shit don't rock around here. Like, because you're not going to treat my daughter any fucking way. Get the fuck out of here.
Right. So, like, it doesn't make sense to me.
No. And so there is, like, it's a really weird thing because it's going to sound like I'm kind of victim blaming, and I don't mean to, but there is an aspect of this that is sort of internalized misogyny, right? Of like, some of these women are like, no, like, you just, like, not don't say nothing because it'll fuck up people's lives, but like, that's just the way it is. And like, that's how men are. Like, that's internalized misogyny. That's bad. That's a really bad
and
thing.
Not only that,
you see it
and not only that, they like the family, Uncle Fred's family blames Fred's wife for not, right, who's a child, for not, you know, catering to his but you know, they blame her for his death. Well, he wouldn't step out if you were to do this, right? And that's sad to me, man.
She's like because I've seen her 16 years old. It's crazy.
Right, but I've seen that from like experience, like from people that are in my family, right? Like, they blame the wife for the man doing something out of pocket, and it's like, nah, yo, like,
nigga, the 45th president would have been a different person if the society that we live in didn't do that to Hillary Clinton. People are more mad at Hillary Clinton for Bill Clinton cheating on her. You know how insane that is? Because at the fundamental level, that is why people hate her. Oh, it's because that's the reason, dude. Look, I love Chris Rock to death. What was his joke? Hillary fucked up because she knew she needed to suck his dick every day. That was the joke because that's how people felt. And I'm not mad at Chris Rock for making the joke. It's a funny joke. But that's true. People legitimately felt that way. Is that she fucked up.
That's wild to me.
That's insane to me, dude. But by the way, that shows you, I mean, society is still fucked up. American society is still fucked up. But it does show you how far we've come. You think they'd have the same feeling if Barack Obama cheated on Michelle? I don't think so. I don't think so. They wouldn't be like, Michelle fucked up. No, they wouldn't. They'd be like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? They'd be pissed at him. Right?
Well, some people would, and then others would be like, "Oh, well, she looked like a man anyway." So he'd be like, because we can't, because we just gotta shit on black women.
Yeah,
we just have to, apparently.
Yeah,
and I don't.
Her arms look better than yours. Like, just relax. Like, just calm down.
God,
yeah, but that's the stupidest fucking conspiracy theory. But it's because conservatives are idiots. But like, people still do that. They still blame women when their men cheat. Like, you should have known that. What was I supposed to, like, hold his dick? And be like, don't go over there? Like, like I will never understand why people had, like, when people tell you, oh, it's all these reasons they hate Hillary Clinton, understand that at the fundamental reason, that is at the core of it. Like, I'm not saying every person, but America's hatred for that woman comes a lot off of the fact that she got cheated on, and she didn't leave him, right? Which I know y'all niggas out there ain't talking. Like, the amount of TV I've watched of people being like, well, I just be running through hoes, and the woman's like, well, he good to me though. Like, what the fuck? Like, they judging her, right? Which, look, if I was her, I wouldn't have stayed. I'd be like, I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm out. Like, you're not just going to embarrass me in front of the world. That's insane.
Right.
But look, people have their reasons for staying, and it is what it is. But at the core, people legitimately blamed her for what he did, and that's fucked up.
That's crazy.
It is. It's absolutely nuts. Like, how the fuck is that her fault? Again, it's a solid Chris Rock joke, but it is fucked up. It is a fucked up mindset. It just is. So yeah, like this idea of blaming Uncle Fred's wife or widow at this point is crazy. And like, again, she's a child. Like, Shula goes to see her and realizes that she was only like 11 or 12 years old when she had her kids. Like, or excuse me, when Fred and her got married, right? Mm. Like, that's nuts. Actually, no, it might have been when she had the kids. So she might have been newly married at like 11 or 12 years old. Mm. So, which is gross. It's pretty disgusting. And I don't know how common child marriage is in that part of the world. I've not looked it up. I mean, I know child marriage still exists in the United States, in certain states. That's a little weird. And you can guess which party keeps defending that every time they try to overturn those laws. I'll give you one guess.
Fucking weird.
But what if they're in love? He's 32 and she's 16. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. God damn it, this country's so fucked. So it's like just needs to be washed clean from the earth. I swear to God. Just send a meteor to certain parts of it and let's just start over. So yeah, I am baffled by that. Like, her family, Shula's family, is also pretty pissed at her. Like, when she like washes her body, and again, this is a cultural thing. She's not supposed to bathe, I guess, during the funeral or the run up to the funeral. I don't know what the reason is. I mean, again, that's a cultural thing. I don't have any like issues with it. Like, it's just cultural. White people don't wash their legs, so cultural. You guys don't. It's weird. But I think Shula deciding to bathe wasn't that she just forgot. I think she just kind of was like, again, it's the lack of respect for this guy. So why should I do these traditional things? Like, kind of fuck him, right? Did you get that, or what were your thoughts on that?
I thought that Shula, as soon as she found out, she seems too through, right? Like, yeah, and she doesn't, and younger people tend to not follow traditions anyway, right? Like, we're becoming more secular and as a society, and we don't necessarily follow traditions like older folks do. But yeah, I figured she's just like whatever, yo. Like, at best she's nonplussed, and at worst it is a subtle act of defiance. Worse, not like on one hand or the other hand, right? The two extremes. And I think we are supposed to, because we don't necessarily know why she's acting this way, I think we are supposed to think that she is in shock. But I've seen this happen before, and I immediately was like, well, that guy did something to her. Or that guy did. She knows something about that guy. That guy's not a good guy.
So when you're saying you've seen this before, do you want to elaborate?
No, I don't want to really elaborate. But yeah, I've you know how there's a saying, like, if a woman has been abused, and if she's never told you, you're probably the one that abused her.
Or she doesn't trust.
Like, or she don't trust you. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trustworthy.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, no, like guys are like, I don't know any women that have been abused. I'm like, yeah, nigga, that's because you're not. If you don't know any, sadly, I know way more than I wish I did. You know what I mean? It's like I like when you start like as you get older, you're like, how common is this? Really fucking common, man. Really common.
Yeah.
It's really common. Because as old black folks say, because niggas are common, okay, like common acting. So it's like, I don't get it, man. Just is it possible to just leave people alone? Like, is it possible? I guess not. So yeah, there's more tradition. There's a lot of wailing in this movie, which I'm not a high pitched noise person. I got a little touch of misophonia. It bothers the shit out of me. I'm like, fast forward. Like, I get it. We're all very sad. Could you please stop wailing? It's irking my fucking nerves. But look, I get it. So we get a scene of Shula and Sansa. Again, Sansa's drunk because girl got a lot of shit going on. Good and bad. And so they're walking and Sansa's like, yeah, like Uncle Fred tried to abuse me, it was like trying to make something happen. And, then he undressed and I saw how small his dick was. So I laughed at him and then I hit him and like knocked him out. So he couldn't do anything. She refers to his dick as looking like 3 fallen heroes, which I thought was funny. She said, quote, there's no occupants in his trousers. God damn.
Oh, that's funny, man.
Yeah. Look, you got to, she said, who is here to rape you? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, and so, yeah, so she basically is like, look, nah, he tried, but, I kind of laughed it off and then I hit him and like, nah, shit didn't happen. They go see what is it? Buppy? I don't know. Bupe? Who is their cousin, I believe. And she's OD'd. And like she's pretty out of it after overdosing on drugs. They go get Bupe and take her to the hospital. Shula finds on Bupe's phone a video where Bupe admits that Fred abused her. And that's why she's or was like actively abusing her. And that's why she tried to kill herself, basically, with drugs. And so she does like they eventually do, like she eventually gets out of the hospital and does not die of an overdose, but more on that later. Shula goes back to the house, lays down with all these grieving women, and goes to sleep. It's a very interesting scene. It looks very similar to me to like the scenes in Pluribus when they're all laying down together. That was like the first thing I thought of. So then, moving on from there, like we start to find out, and Sansa was lying. Actually, Fred did abuse her, right? Like she was just trying to like, for comedy's sake or, to, have a level of like levity in the situation. She was like making fun of him, but like he did, I don't want to say successfully, but he was able to, kind of pin her down and abuse her. And maybe even more than once. It's sad. It's sad for obvious reasons, but the way in which she feels like she has to sort of laugh it off, at least initially, because she's having a hard time kind of dealing with it. Just tells you like the sort of psychological damage those kind of things do. Look, man, having someone violate your personal space in that way and your body in that way, I have to imagine is maybe one of the scariest things that can happen to a human being, right? Because like who you are as a person to be just have somebody just kind of push past your barriers and just take advantage of that. Yeah, I don't wish that on anyone. I really don't. It's just horrible. Like it just is, man or woman. Because I'm sure there are going to be some guys who are like, but what about men? This is a gender neutral comment. Nobody.
Yeah, dude. Like dudes trip me out, man. Like,
yeah, there's always that. Which, by the way, look, in fairness, it's in society, and I'll be quite honest. A lot of people laugh the shit off.
And look, I'm not saying laugh it off, right? I got two boys, and I need them to grow up to be well-adjusted men. But you know, I'm a little bit of a misogynist in that I don't think that my boys should be. I was brought up. My father told me, look, it's okay to cry, but don't cry in front of other people. You know, if you got to go somewhere, you go in a room, you get your emotions out, and then you come back out, because you know men have to be present and available, and they can't. No, when you see a man panic, everybody starts to panic, right? Like if you see your dad panic, you start to panic, and you got to be the person. I was told that I have to be the person that has to kind of make sure that the shit don't fall apart. And that's not to say that women can't lead. It's not to say that women are incapable of doing things. I'm saying nobody wants to do nothing, nigga.
Oh, of course.
You gotta contribute. You gotta do something. There's this couple that occasionally pops up on my timeline. They're a very cute couple. This black couple, they make like little skits, right? Where the dude is wearing a hoodie and his wife wants it, and he's like, no, this is my hoodie, and all of a sudden the camera cuts and she's wearing it, right? They're a very adorable couple. They did this one skit, right, where they're both walking. He's walking into a mall or whatever, and his inner monologue is like, okay, exits are here, right? Oh, that looks weird. Got to keep an eye on that, right? He's surveying the area, right? Like just to kind of like, because it's just what you do when you walk into an area. You don't walk in there, you know. And his wife is like, her inner monologue is like, do 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 do, because she feels safe, right? Like that's the whole point of the skit, right? And that's what you're supposed to be as a man. You're supposed to have everybody around you should feel safe around you. And a lot of these dudes aren't making people feel safe.
Yeah, well, I would definitely agree with that part. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, I don't think your philosophy necessarily, or how you were raised is like wrong. Like I don't necessarily share the exact like viewpoint. I think if you want to cry. Like I think that's fine. I mean, like you're not a man anymore. No, I'm kidding. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. It is what it is, bro. Like take your man card or whatever dumb shit people say on the internet. No, I think it's fine. I like my thing is when it comes to that sort of thing, if you're gonna cry, it better be legitimate, right? Like now, if you're a little kid, like kids cry.
Yeah, if you're a child,
whatever, like literally, they cry over spilled milk. Okay, like my daughter was 9 seconds away from some fucking tears because they didn't have a chocolate cone at the ice cream place. Instead, they just had the regular cones, and I was like, you need to calm the fuck down. Like, it's not that serious. I was like, the ice cream is why you came to the show. That's just a mode of conveyance. Okay. Like, it's not that fucking serious, right?
My youngest son, if my oldest son starts crying for some reason, my youngest son will start crying.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Stop,
like
stop.
It just
contagious. Like it's like sneezing for them, right? Or yawning. So yeah, my thing is like it needs to be legit. If you're a kid, I mean, everything is legit to you, right? These are all reasons to be that upset. But like as an adult, I think if it's legit, and it is what it is. Myself personally, I find myself crying more now than I ever have. I went through what could only be described as like a near millennia without shedding a single tear, which is like bizarre. Like feelings were in a box 7 miles down the road from me at all times. But I find that since I have a kid, I cry more. And it's not like sadness. It's like nostalgia, like tearing up. And like, I'm not like, ooh, like, I'm not like blubbering type of shit, but like nostalgia tearing up or like happiness tearing up. Like that's like,
yeah, happy cries.
Like, look, like as a parent, that's the most like certifiable bitch made, happy to be bitch made thing you can do. I got no problem. Look, that's a thug tear as far as I'm concerned. My daughter, who is very, very like, ironically, is like the Tasmanian devil, like spinning around like 100 miles an hour. You've met her. But she also gets really nervous, like in front of crowds and shit as she's gotten older. And so she doesn't really like a lot of attention on her, which is ironic, considering who her parents are. And I mean, it's true. It's like, who are you? Who raised you? My God. But so she doesn't like that. And like she had a school assembly type of thing. And she did like what she needed to do in the assembly. And she was like flawless. She didn't get nervous or anything like that. Look, man, I teared the fuck up. I was so proud of her. Yo. Like I was just like, I'm in the front row like, she's doing really good, yo. She's doing really good. It's like it is what it is. Like that. But like I find more of that as I've gotten older than sort of just like crying over like other things. But I do think it's okay. Like, I mean, I used to be more like, nah, fuck that. Like, oh, yeah, don't do that shit.
I'm not saying don't do it.
No, I'm saying I know your stance, which is like go in a room, punch some drywall or whatever, and come on out.
I didn't cry over that. That was just mad. I didn't cry over that.
God damn it. So yeah, I know, I understand. Like you're the privacy shit. Now, granted, I'm not gonna like if I'm out with my friends and something upsets you, I'm just gonna be like start crying in front of like a bunch of people like that. No, fuck that. Like I'm not gonna do that. You know, bitch, like get out of here. But
toxic ass.
Hell no. Give me a beer, and then it's like, where are the women? Like, I don't know. Like, so no, I don't do that. Like, I wouldn't cry in front of people at work or some shit like that. But yeah, I mean, I certainly have cried in front of my wife or teared up in front of my daughter, like when she did something I was like really proud of. But yeah, I mean, I think the privacy thing is okay too. But like, there is that idea from some people like, never cry, push your feelings down till you have a fucking heart attack at 48 years old. You're like, nigga, relax.
I don't believe in that.
That's crazy.
Get out.
Yeah. So I don't know. Be a full-fledged human being. As to paraphrase Randy Macho Man Savage, I believe that a real man has a whole swath of emotions, not just anger, but also I've cried once and I'll probably cry again. Like it's fine. Even Macho Man cries. So yeah, I think it's okay. But yeah, like all of there's Shula has like, I don't want to say no emotion, but she's about as stoic of a character in these kind of moments as I could think of, like as far as a female character in a long time that I've seen.
Yeah, and again, I chalk that up to like trauma response.
Yeah,
right. Like she didn't. Anybody driving home in that Missy Elliott garbage bag outfit is not a stoic person. right?
No, that's true.
She wearing sunglasses at night in a hot ass trash bag. Like she probably get down, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, I took her stoicism as purely a trauma response.
Yeah, pretty wild. Um, so so at a certain point, Shula wakes up. She's having like a nightmare of like water being everywhere. Um, and my guess is that's just this idea of like a flooding, right? Like these emotions and like this situation is becoming overwhelming, right? Like the water is not up to her neck or anything, but it's consuming the house, so to speak, right? So um, just in how they present this. Um, then we get we get a scene of Shula going to visit the the widow of Uncle Fred and their kids and that girl's like mother or grandmother, who is like saying like, please don't, I know you're a part of Fred's family, to Shula, like sobbing and getting on her hands and knees, like, please don't take the house from us because we don't have a place to raise these kids. Because like Shula's family wants to take their family house from them and all of their possessions, basically, since
Yeah.
the wife didn't do her job, so to speak. And I think they have like 3 kids together or some shit like that, which is just wild. Like, what are y'all doing? Like that?
Well, marriage is a transaction, and
Some people
I'm
say
only saying that I'm only saying that like half jokingly, right? Like, and they, I guess Fred's family feels like, hey, you didn't have a will, so I'm taking all my shit back. I'm taking all this. This stuff belongs to us. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I guess for me, and maybe this is fairly common in the Black community in the United States, and this is a big difference. Like, my mom was a single mom. Right? I was raised with a single mom, and like women in my family are like the power brokers, right? You know what I mean? Like it's the exact opposite of like this movie where these women feel so disempowered in a lot of ways. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even understand where that comes from. Like, I've had,
Right. It's hard for me to like, I don't know. Cause like, yeah, it's hard for me to like rationale, right? Because I've known too many women who make more money than men.
she's right upstairs and shit.
She's right upstairs. And, I know too many.
See, that's why you're not allowed to cry in public. She's like, get in that room, nigga.
and yeah, I just know too many women and all, like, birds of a feather flock together. All her friends, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know way too many of them that just got their shit together. So I just don't. One of them just recently got divorced, and she kept the house because she made the money.
Get your ass out of here! Like, oh, can I stay?
She's an anesthesiologist. She's gonna be all right.
Yeah, she's gonna be just fine. Damn, she back on the market. What's up, girl? How you doing? Like, geez. Do your thing, sweetheart. Yeah, no, but I do have a hard time just personally. I've not experienced that. And I wonder if that is more common. Like, it's weird because like the United States in and of itself is a very patriarchal society, but I feel like Black families are very matriarchal, right? Like, they make movies with like Big Mama, your arm on fire, right? Like, Big Mama is the glue that kept that soul food family together. It ain't no big, like, Big Papa, big granddad type of shit. Like, he wasn't there. He did, right? So it's just kind of interesting. I wonder if that is like, I feel like black families are one of two things. Either it is like I feel like most black families, even if it is more patriarchal, like the women kind of pull the strings in the family. Like I think that's just more true, and I think it's largely because slavery, black women had to keep they had to keep the structure of the families as they could, right? Because their husbands were sold off or things like that. That's not black men's fault, by the way. I'm not saying it is. It's actually the exact opposite. It's white people's fault, and white men very specifically's fault. But there are white women in there too. But black women had to have their kids and their grandkids. They had to keep them so close, and I'm just wondering if because of that, like, we get a sort of a internally in like a society of like black people that's completely flipped on its head, right? Versus the country in which we reside in, right? Or that you guys.
Yeah.
So I find that curious. But like, I mean, look, down here, women kind of still run the show. Like they do. Like they do, like, oh no, I'm the man. All right. Okay.
But you see, and it's weird because like all these dudes who are like, they don't want to do all that stuff. Like they want women to be like, because like a lot of that stuff is logistical, right?
Yeah.
Like keeping things organized, like keeping a happy home or whatever. Like they just want to throw money at the problem, right? Like here, I'll give you an allowance, and then you raise the kids, cook my food, suck my dick, and keep my house clean.
Right, and I'll fight a nigga if I have to.
Right, and I'll fight a burglar if we have to. If he happens to get through our security system, and
which I'll pay for. I'll get top of the line. I ain't trying to fight.
Right, like get out of here, yo.
Nah, yo. By the way, if you talk about you gotta protect your family, you're not allowed to get a security system. You gotta have a baseball bat and you gotta work out.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. These are your only rules.
No locked doors. No locked doors.
No doors. Leave the doors off the hinges. Take them off. You just gotta fight. With a sign that say "Come on in, free shit." Like, nah, if you want all these fringe benefits, you gotta earn it. You gotta fight people off at a fucking weekly basis. Like, get out of here. You try to get off easy. Yeah. So yeah, I do think that's largely true. Is that they want a lot of guys, at least let me phrase this: a lot of guys like this online red pill shit. Because I don't think that's representative of most men at all. By the way. I just think these people are loud idiots. They want a mom. They don't want a wife. They want a mom. Oh, wash my clothes, feed me, take care of me, or whatever. Yeah, that's your mom. Like when you were a little kid, that's your mom. Like, come on, like, do better. Like, get a partner that treats you equally, or that you treat equally. But yeah, so there's a scene of these women in Shula's family all kind of sitting around, and they're all being like, yeah, nah, we knew. Like, we knew this was happening. We're sorry it happened to y'all. Might have happened to some of us. Like, it is what it is. We love y'all. Like, but we can't fuck up the family. Like we got to just kind of bear the brunt of this shit. Which to me, like, this has never happened in my family, but I have certainly heard people say this, which I think is wild. Hey, go put some clothes on. You know your uncle gonna be here soon, type of shit. And you're like,
yeah.
I go, what?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying you should be walking around with your ass hanging out, but like, the implication there is super weird. You know what I mean? And we've all heard people say that. Yeah. And like, I've never heard that shit said in my family because like I was not raised around a bunch of creeps. But people say that and they think it's like totally normal shit to say. And I'm like, have you thought about what you're saying? Have you thought about how you're raising your kids?
Yeah, did you?
Like, how about don't let this nigga in your house?
I, I mean, but like they are thinking about what they're saying. They do hear what they're saying, and that's what's fucked up, right? Like, don't let this dude in your house, man.
Yeah,
I ugh,
you can't come over.
ugh.
Like you can't. Like no, but what? Stay over there. Stay over there. We'll see you at family cookouts outside where I don't have to talk to you. How about that? And even then, don't come to that either.
Nah, I don't even want to see you then. I don't even want to see you then.
Yeah. Somebody else can invite you. I don't have to talk to you. Now get your fucking ass away from me. We see Shula and
Let me know if you're coming, because I ain't coming.
because I ain't gonna be there, right? We see Shula and Sansa. They see Fred's relatives, or like his widow or what have you. They're sleeping in an abandoned or like an empty pool outside at a certain point. Just showing the level of poverty in this situation. And then we see sort of the culmination of things, which is there's a TV show talking about the Guinea Fowl, right? So if you're wondering why is this movie called On Becoming a Guinea Fowl, guinea fowls make this loud noise to alarm other animals of predators, right? Like that is the whole point of the film. And so as the family is like praying and all this other shit, and they're like, the family's like, we're gonna take the we're gonna take her possessions and take them back to the family, because Fred wasn't taken care of and anything else, and the families are arguing and everything else. Shula and the kids walk up with Insansa and with Bupe, and then she just starts making the noise of the guinea fowl call, right? As she's like kind of yelling. Thus her saying, hey, I am warning you that this person was a predator. And maybe, just maybe, there are other predators amongst you, right? Like to these women, like as a warning to them. I feel like if your family allows that kind of abuse to happen, or not just your family, but your circle, there are likely more than one abuser in that circle. And I do think even if it fucks up friendships and it fucks up family relationships, if you know that shit, you know something, say something. Fuck that. And look, that's easy for me to say. And I'm sure you would agree. It's super easy for us to say because we're not in it, right? Like you just be like, fuck your family up. Go ahead. But like you kind of have to. You kind of have to. You do. You do. Because if you don't, you're allowing other people to be abused, right? Like potentially for them to be abused. And that's just fundamentally not okay. And you have to break that cycle of violence and that cycle of abuse.
Yeah. Yeah, it has to stop somewhere. And like you said, it's very easy for us as men too, as people who are, where we are in life,
right?
To be like, well, why don't you just, I don't want to come off like that guy. Well, why didn't you just call the police? Why didn't you just comply? Why didn't you just do like, I know stuff like that is hard.
Yeah, it's way hard.
But I would implore people that if you are in trouble or you talk to somebody, please try
your best. Yeah. It's
the men in this family the men in this family at the I don't know. This is again a culture thing at the end of the movie, but like the family court at the end of it is just it's fascinating to me.
how so?
Because like, okay, well, we will absolve you of neglecting your wifely duties if you pay us a dowry of $5,000 and we get to keep all your stuff, and then your debt will be repaid. It's odd to me. I mean, it's no different than when people like get divorced and they go to court here.
Right.
They just kind of do it without the legal system. It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the whole like marriage is all about money and property thing. That really bothers the shit out of me. I'm old school in that way.
It should be like
It should be like love, dog.
Technically, if you were old school about it, you would be about it.
Yeah, well, okay, that's fair.
You're not old school about it. You're romantic about it.
I know. Super lame. I know. I get it. I'm not red pilled enough. It's supposed to be about a person you care about. They're like,
what are you going to cry about it?
In my room alone, as you do. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I hate when people refer to marriage like that. Like it just feels shitty to me and lame. But that's why y'all niggas are alone. The people who say that are generally alone. And if they're not, they're like, yeah, marriage is about money. And that's why my 3 ex-wives. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I get it. Like, yeah, because you're worried about the financial transaction. That's weird. And by the way, that goes both ways. That's not just men who feel that way. Women also feel that way. Some women do. Some men do. Like, I don't know. Stop doing that. Find a person you like, not a person that you can financially benefit from in one way or in the other. It's super weird. But yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I think it's gross. I do. Like, that shit bothers the shit out of me. But hey, man, I'm glad I'm out of it. I'm coming up on 15 years of marriage. So no thanks.
There you go.
Yeah. Good luck to all that. Y'all go out there and listen to niggas who had never been married before. That's how you find a woman forever. Okay. Me, I
right. Right.
What the fuck I'm listening to you for?
Buy my course for $59.99. I'll tell you.
Yeah. Listen to this priest and how to satisfy your wife. You've never fucked somebody. How the hell you know? Like, what am I listening to you for? Like, get out of here. That's like me. That's like signing up for a course by me telling you what the atmosphere is like at 6'5". How the fuck do I know? Like, how do I know? I bought a step stool and this is how I know. Like, that's not enough of a reason. Like, get out of here. That's not a reference point. No, listen to people who have experience. Like, come on, man. That's crazy talk. All right. That's it for us. This is episode 291, a little bit less conventional than our other episodes, but we will be back next week for a preview episode for episode 292. We'll see you guys next time.
See you.
Bye. You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of Black movies, past and present, and every other week we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the Black community.